Hello everyone and welcome to my tips and tricks series, shall we call it. This will be the first episode in that, and this is probably the most important information that I usually gather when I play Farming Simulator. Basically what I've done here is I've created a little spreadsheet that I'll share you the link to regarding the market prices, so let's have a look at that. So as you can see, I've been inputting the information on a 6-hourly in-game basis. Sometimes I skip a bit, so I do input it when I remember. And yeah, just been keeping on inputting the information. I've tried to highlight when I get a what you call but now I'm eating a blank. The sales events, shall we call them? Which just want to point out that the sales event is not necessarily a good time to sell your crop. I'll give you an example here with this wood chip. It was on the sales event for 3 consecutive recordings, the information, and yet the highest price that I've been able to see is 105, where they had it stable at 72, which is a significant difference. That's what, 33, which is basically like 30% lower than the highest we can get. But let me run you through the sheet. Basically what I've done is I've gone and done a calculation, as you can see there, which shows the highest figure inputted into this entire column. So that is the highest price that I have seen in my Let's Play. That doesn't mean it can't go higher, it's just the highest that I have recorded so far. It's possible that you have seen higher and you could get better prices for that. But what I've also done then is I've done an average. So the average of all the prices in the column is output here. And then what I've done is I've done a middle ground between the two. So 50% between the average and the top. Because what you guys will probably note is when you sell something in bulk, your price is going to drop significantly lower than your normal prices. But it's not going to stay there very long. It's only going to be there for a short while, a couple of in-game hours. And that can affect your prices, but because I run on the average and we got so much information already put in, it doesn't even touch it after a while. So yeah, your average is still pretty good. If the in-game price actually does drop quite low, then that's unfortunately what we're gonna deal with, because we're gonna deal with averages that is low. But for the most part, the average always seems to be quite a high figure compared to what the lowest can be. Like there's a big difference between what the lowest can be to the highest one. So yes, you can sell wheat for 479 per thousand, but I recommend selling it if you get a price over 410. Now to put that in perspective, you look at day one, there is there we go, there's a 409, so that's close to the current. I say current because that figure is changing as I put in more information. 409 is close to the current sell price. Then it stayed at 409, 409, and then it dropped again. We haven't actually reached the sell price. There we go. At 6 o'clock the next day, we have reached the recommended sell price. But we know it can sell for a lot more. But the chances of you getting that is not always there. We go down, there we go, there's a 479. So it jumped a huge gap from there to there. Just decided to skyrocket by 100 extra. So, and then it stayed on a 479 for free recording, or free, so let's call it 18 in-game hours. So you got some time to sell it, but if you do sell, I suggest you start selling at 1 minute past the hour of the in-game time, because that price is not going to update until the next in-game hour. So if you do find a very nice high price, I suggest you put your game speed down to 1, so it's real time, and then you sell everything you can, because once you hit that next hour, that price is going to drop significantly. So if you see, I put in a note here that I just sold both silage and straw bales, so prices dropped a lot. Let's have a look here. Silage was at 175, 202, that's why I sold, and straw was at 49. I sold it and it dropped to 135. Straw stayed quite strong actually, but silage did drop a lot. And then on the next recording session it was back to 202, so it does recover quickly, quite quickly, and then it went through its normal cycle of going down and then up again, and then it hit a new high 213. So, and then it's dropped quite low again. What you guys will also see is Giants brought out an update which drastically increased the prices of oats and cotton. Look at these prices for cotton, 300, somewhere around there, and all of a sudden it's 1,300. So that's a huge price difference. Now one to note was oats. The highest price we had up to the point was like this, 401. I don't know if it's ever gotten more than that. There's a 417. So, it reached 400 now. It's averaging high 400s and hitting as high as 638. Here we got 500s. So I have made some changes to that. I haven't noticed anything big enough in the other crops that I could have noticed, but it is possible that there's been changes. So what I've done is with the oats and the cotton, I've kept all the information there, but I've changed the calculation so it only affects from this line downwards. So it's not taking all the information into regard. So this information is quite fresh, shall we say. And we don't have a lot of information about it, so that could still change drastically. But this is the things we gotta watch out for when Giants do an update to the game, which I'm sure they're gonna do some more and might actually affect some more stuff later on. I do try and keep an eye on it. Also what I did on the update is they introduced the price for hay. So before that we had no price for hay, and now all of a sudden we got a price for hay. So hay actually sells better than grass at the moment. Looks like we do have a high price of 57 for grass. But yeah, so you guys can come here, you can reference this sheet, you can see what is the highest that I've seen so far. You can see what's the average, and this should be fairly similar to what you're getting. And this is halfway in between, so this is my recommended sell price. But again, if you've had a top price higher than mine, your sell price will increase. But yeah, sometimes you can wait a couple of days before you even get the price that's in this figure that you want to sell at. And what you got to remember is when you sell this price, that is still 25% lower than the top price compared to your average price. So there's still a lot of room for improvement. But I'm going to show you guys it here. I made another tab, which is a crop yield, which is taken from my Let's Play. And I'm recording how much I'm harvesting from my field. Now, with the barley, I forgot to collect the straw, or take note of the straw. With the straw I did 235, it's just easier to work it out that way. And the wheat might have been compromised by weeds appearing in the actual harvesting state. So I've planted again wheat, and I'll record that information again and update this. But here's the prices that we are looking at. That's quite interesting. Is these prices are based on this price, the base price and the average price, and the sell if over, the recommended price. So we got the base price, recommended, and average. So if you sell at the average, or if you get that level of harvest, 29,527, you're gonna get 10,000 for it. You sell at the top price, that's 14,000. That's a huge difference of 40%. And then the recommended price that I say if you can get that or over, you sell at this price. So it's still a lot different to the best price. But yes, you struggle to get this price sometimes. So yeah, what I have found is when I sell my bales, it's not that hard to get close to the top price. We go back here to market prices. Where's the silage? I've mostly my recommended price is 197. I've mostly been selling at like 203, 204, and then I sold at this 213 at one point. I think it was right in the beginning of the 213. And so yeah, you can get those prices because they seem to stay quite high for the most part. I just sold a load of straw, even though my recommended price is 48. I sold it at recommended price is 45, and I sold at 48. And then it dropped massively, 33. So yeah, there is market fluctuations. Be aware of it. That's why I've made this list so you guys can reference it and check it out. For those of you who don't play on hard, what you should do is take these figures, and for the people who play on medium, multiply it by 2. For the people who play on easy, multiply it by 4. Now I do believe in this update they have brought out the feature where you can change your economic difficulty. So you can still play on hard, so it's difficult to start because you don't have a lot of money, but you can still be getting paid easy prices. I haven't actually checked it out, but that's just what I'm assuming. So yeah guys, I'm going to put the link for this spreadsheet in the description. Feel free to make a copy for yourself. I will be updating this as I play in my Let's Play. Yeah, this is going to take a while to fill this all in. The silage, grass, hay, straw, they are a bit tricky to do. The silage, we can either grass silage or actually plant corn. So we'll see if there's a variation between that. We'll definitely try and aim to do that. As far as straw is concerned, I'm going to remove that because that gets linked into your crop that actually drops the straw. Because to me that is the same harvest. And if you guys look at these prices, you get almost as much for your straw as you get for your actual crop, and it brings the crop price up significantly. So I would definitely say it's worth collecting your straw. Yeah, definitely worth collecting it. So guys, I hope this helps you out. If you feel this helps you out, please like and subscribe, and also check out my other videos. I'm doing a Let's Play, and I will be doing more tips and tricks on Farming Simulator 2019. Thank you for watching. Bye.